Welcome back to the Clay Studios oil painting tutorial. We are in class 8 of Santhana Lakshmi painting. This is one of the 8 forms of Lakshmi avatars that are known for all the positive propensities of life, and Santhana Lakshmi is the one known for progeny, goddess of progeny, all good relationships, the um, what do you call it? The growth of your family tree and such. So there's so much to this picture that we are working on. We have been doing layers 1, 2, 3. We have finished 1, 2, 3. We are in layer 4. We are nearly coming to the close of layer 4, and you can see that we now have a very good image of Santhana Lakshmi with the baby girl also. But what is pending in the layer 4 is the jewelry. And for the jewelry, as I had mentioned, I have done some selections and I have placed it in a Word document, which you'll find in the descriptions. When you open it up, you will definitely see that I have really put in images from ancient jewelry and styles of current styles of jewelry as well from different countries, continents, and such. Because I just wanted you to be the one choosing. I am choosing certain things, and you can choose anything different if you want. While looking at the Australian jewelry, especially for this girl that we have taken as a subject for Santhana Lakshmi, I found that I could only find when I searched for the traditional jewelry, more I could find was relating to pearls and pearls and pearls, and that's what you could see in that Australian jewelry category. So I can say that we can safely play around with the pearls. One thing I really liked about it was that the symbol of the land of Australia, and also the kangaroo and such, the birds and such. The ostrich. I like that. So I'm going to see if I could implement that somewhere in the picture in her jewelry, and yeah, and then we can go around doing things pearl style, I guess, most of it. That's how I have overall planned on it. So as you can see by now, I am taking inspiration. I do take a lot of references, but not necessarily that I'm going to take that idea 100% and copy. So I do change things. And also the ones that I see, the most of the jewelry images that I see, I really see that for women sometimes, that isn't the right one. Maybe you need to downsize it a bit, or tone certain things down a bit for a child, basically. That's also there. And when it comes to the child, we will try to use one of the tiaras, because what we have is we'll possibly have a small earring or sorts, and a tiara for her. We will figure something out. Maybe I'll take a tiara from another culture from there. We'll figure it out when we come to that. The belt again, I think we can play around with pearls instead of something else. So that's exactly what I had in mind. Let's get started with that. And for that, since I said pearls, yeah, white. Okay, surprise, surprise. And now by now that I will not be taking the entire titanium white the same way it is. I will try to mix it a little bit with some color or the other to get some slight, pearly tonality. That will be the essence of what we are going to do today. With that, I'm going to also have to look at the references once for Australian jewelry. Yeah, I like that earrings, and yeah, most of them are pearls. Everything is pearl. I really like that. Simple pearls. So let's go with all those simple pearl things in her earring and such. Brushes, yes, definitely. Zero brushes, 000 brushes, micro brushes will help. Yeah, if you need brush number 1 or 2, no, I don't think so. I'm fine with the rest of it. I do have a bit of white because I mixed something into white for other things, and I do have the leftover white, so I'm just fine with it. A zero brush, and I'm happy with it. I'm going to go ahead and do the earrings first. A nice pearl earring for her, and possibly a ring coming out of the ear. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I think that is fine. This is the simplest form that I could come up with, and I'm gonna do that around her neck as well. Nice big pearls around her neck. And this is exactly where I'm thinking of using that Australia symbol, land symbol in the right in her chest. So it's really strongly visible there. And the kangaroo and ostrich maybe as the crown. It looked like the tiara thing also in the picture. That's how I see it. So I'm just gonna go for all the pearls first to get them sorted out. So what we are doing right now is not really going into the details of the pearl. We are painting just like the way we did our layer 3 for the rest of the painting. So we are just going to draw things and fill in and let them sort of sit in, so we can see if there is any need to change or improve in the next layer, and then we can go about doing it. So I want to have for the belt, what could be the center point of the belt? I like there was another in the Australian jewelry, I saw something that was really colorful there, but it had it looked like an emerald or something. It had that curve. I like that curve thing there, and maybe I will use it in this section to bring it down like that and to give this kind of curve here. And I'll use another color here in the center point and connect everything with pearls. And I do not bother about the previous images that I've created for the spacing that we have created for jewelry, because any which ways it will sort of manage itself right now, because we have used yellow ochre that kind of fits into the bill. Somehow it gives a background for us, so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, the shape is different from what we did. No, nothing to worry. We basically block things up, and I'm going to use the space here. The space here I want to adjust. I want another brush to just go ahead and fill in the space with crimson, because this is the space I said, okay, that's going to be the background, the flower that is visible. So that's where this ends. Jewelry ends, and we will try to figure out how we show this part of her head, because the tiara will decide. At least help us decide. Good. So that really took care of the easiest part of the jewelry, and also we can do pearls for um, the bangles. That's easy. So let's get that around out of the way, and then we'll focus on slightly complicated jewelry as well. Yeah. See, it's really up to you what you want to make her wear, and what kind of jewelry you want her to have. For some reason, I feel that the pearls really emit serenity, and somehow when I saw the pearls in the Australian jewelry category, I just settled down with it happily, because she has to have that maturity and that wisdom in her eyes, and in her the manner of her clothing and jewelry as well. And somehow pearl fits into the bill somehow. So yeah, I think I have talked too much about pearls right now. So yeah, I find this perfectly fitting in here. So I'm proceeding with it, but yeah, it's really up to you. If you're convinced on challenging yourself with another type of jewelry, please do attempt that. Yeah. Okay, let's see how things are looking right now. All fine. So I haven't moved up or down with any other challenging elements. I'm going to also give a bit of pearl earring sort of a thing for the baby girl as well. But at this moment, it's also hard to see anything. We will be able to do a little more justice to the colors, because in this layer it's slightly hard, but we could do that as we go along. We'll see if we can do something about it today, or we can try that in the next layer as well. Yeah. So that's how the earring goes here. So earrings taken care of. What is pending is the long chain and the tiara, both the tiaras. So let's work on the tiara number. Oh, no, not the tiara. Let's work on the Australia symbol here, right in the heart of Santhana Lakshmi. Adding a bit more titanium white to just get myself ready with the process. And I know what's going to happen is that it's going to blend in here, but that is fine. I'm just going to try to attempt to have that superstructure of Australia done here. One thing I will do is that I will first have one circle done here, and then one slightly down, one up, and then we'll start building some patterns to it. So the side of this Australia is the sharp one here. It goes down and comes up. Am I correct? Comes up, goes down here, like this. And this has a kind of head to it. This is the overall structure. Of course, we'll work on detailing in the next layer. So this is the overall structure, right? And there is, I don't know if there is, what is that other dot here? I need to look at the Australia map one more time to be sure. Let's figure that out when it comes. So I have kind of created that Australia symbol here. Now I will go for the pearls to, connect the neck piece, the long chain. I kind of like this idea. Okay, so I have the Australia long chain done. Now the focus shifts to the tiara. Okay, I'm going to do a tiara. So I'm bringing down the canvas so we can see more of her head here. So the tiara that she has got is like a V first. Am I getting it right? Yes. So it is like this. And then it so that's the first base of the tiara, and on that base is Australian symbol and the kangaroo and the ostrich. Whee! Let's try one at a time. Let's do the Australia symbol. We know that it should start here. I'll do the circle first. The easiest way is that I'll do circles, to capture the land masses and then attach that to build shapes. So it goes up and down like this, and this goes in the side and it is sharp on the top like that, comes down again to go up like that. Kind of have Australia. Then the ostrich. So this is the tiara that is just, the one that we see is a flat one. It's not, doesn't look like a tiara also. That is something else. But we will have to be careful about what we are doing here. I'm going to make the kangaroo's leg first. Body. Okay, the body goes up like this. Tail. Tail spacing, body spacing. I'm doing it all in this titanium white mist with a little bit of, I think it has got yellow ochre or something. So, and then the hands. It doesn't. I don't know what should I say. Is it hands or is it the other two legs? And then the head. The ear. So that's the shape of it. I think we'll get to see more of the shape when we have the background adjusted as well. Ostrich. I'll start with the legs here, the body of the ostrich, neck, head, beak sort of. So what is left over is this negative space, and we don't want the crown head the way we have designed in the previous layers. That is obvious. It's going to be a tough journey, but we will get there. When we do the background, we're going to knock off that space. Let's come back to the tiara of the little girl. Okay, here, to be honest, I haven't decided yet. I'm going to take a look at whatever jewelry we have. See what is the thinnest of all and what kind of African tiara. Awesome. I think I like the Chinese one. Yeah, I think it was really, that's a big one though. It's a big one. Big tiara. Oh, yay. That is really difficult to choose, isn't it? Okay, I guess I'm going to take a bit of what I gave to the Danish little girl, Danish tiara. I think it's Queen Mary's. I don't know whose, but yeah, this is a beautiful, like a Canadian leaf shape. But we don't necessarily need to do the leaves. We can do small little shapes of leaves, and make a tiara around that. So because her head is small, she is also small, so I don't want to make a big thing out of it, so I'm just making a small leafy tiara for her, and I will use some pearls or something, or some other jewelry, another color jewelry to gem to bring in between those leaves. Okay, so I have kind of done that now, which means the rest of the space isn't needed here. So the extra space that I created will be used to show the remaining part of the skirt of Santhana Lakshmi. So that goes for it. I'm going to take, I think I'll use vermilion to do some nice pearl sort of a thing, or a nice gem sort of a thing in between. And that will give a kind of range of color for her, for the baby. That looks like a proper baby tiara, which means we will have to use the rest of the portion to show as a hair also. Her hair. We'll do that. What was the skin color that we used? We did use ivory black and mixed it with a bit of burnt umber to do the hair. Let's continue with that and show the rest of the hair here. Yes. So this way we managed to show her hair here. Yes. That is better. Okay. So once we have her hair fixed, we need to, adjust the little bit of the skirt, because that was the earlier. I'm taking yellow and white to just adjust things here so that it doesn't look odd anymore. I have to add slight bit of vermilion also to show the shading that we did here. Fine. I guess to create the kind of similar interest, I want to use the same vermilion as the central pearl here in her belt as well. A central gem here. Cool. Done. So now the focus shifts to the background color itself. We need to work on it a little bit because, of many reasons. One of them being the size of it needs to be adjusted. I don't want it to go that big. I want it to be slightly lesser. One, and another thing is that it has to knock off the background here. So which means we need to build this color again. That's the challenge. Okay, so we go back to, yes, I have another palette that's got blue, and I want to see if that is the blue that we used. Is this the blue that we used? No, not very sure, so it's going to be a testing time. I'm going to add a bit of titanium white to this blue to check if that is coming close to what we had. No, not really. Not really. So we're going to work on this blue. I have some okay, that was primary blue that I had used, at least in the central area where we made the halo. So I'm going to mix that and see if that works fine here. It does. The color is good because it was totally dull and I wanted to have, so it's white with primary blue that I'm mixing, and I'm getting a lighter tonality, but not too light the way it is right now, first thing, so that I can have a nice decent halo. So I'm going to build that titanium white with primary blue basically, and I think I have the color that I want now. So that takes care of my background here. Let me check. Yeah, that will be the background that I will work on. So I'm just adjusting my background scape, and it has to end somewhere over here so that it hits that kangaroo's head, and then it comes down to, then it comes down to the circle here, finishing fine. And will it be the right one or not? It looks like this size needs to be adjusted here. The length, it's really hard to see sometimes. I see that this section is fair enough. But this one, okay, I guess I have kind of sorted out that shape. So this is the excess that I will adjust again with the help of the other color, and I think it looks like ultramarine blue mixed a little bit with this color. Let's try that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go about filling this color in all the sections, but before that, yes, the contours, and also yes, the knocking off that we need to do from the earlier tiara idea. So there is quite a bit of knocking off in terms of the tiara. Yeah, we'll do that right now. So I'm just trying to hide that color. That's one thing, and also all the adjustments that I made also need knocking off, which means the best way would be to take a smaller brush. I have brush number 0 anyways, yeah, but I think I will go for a 000 first to do the contours, because they're really close. If you have chosen an easier one to fill in this crown, it is fine. You just go for it. I'm just a bit, interested in challenging myself, and I would also like to portray a little more of the nationality. That's why I'm choosing this. And if you have chosen, in any case, if you have chosen another country related jewelry, then it's also another way you are demonstrating diversity. So go ahead with it. Try and experiment as much as you can with this. We are actually trying to see if we can push the limits of our learning. I've nicely, slowly filled in those sections with the right color. Also the one that is close to the hip. These are really tiny sections, but they are background, and we still have to do justice to that. One section at a time, go for these contours that are really delicate, close to the arms or the fingers or all the jewelry and such. Like I mentioned, we try our best to complete these halo and the background in layer 3. But at times like this, that we are really evolving, we are trying to push our limits and select new ideas to work with, changing things around basically. So we'll have to adapt our background also accordingly, and that's exactly what we are doing here. Huh? Okay, coconut. Right. It's a very good idea to use the zero brush to fill in. You have more control with it, but the downside is that you will be, really killing the zero brush if you're using it for a longer time. Be aware of that also. So the moment I finish that important contour here, I'm going to switch to another brush that is slightly, bigger. Yeah. Now moving on to possibly a bigger brush. Going with that. Layering. Keeping on going, back and forth with the colors, so make sure that it is smooth and in all the areas. And I accidentally pushed a little bit of paint on her hair. I'll have to remove that in a short while. Coming to that in a while now. This looks fine. It is smooth enough now. Let us adjust the part where I accidentally touched her hair with the blue. Accident averted. Yes, let's go to the other side. It's the same rule, isn't it? Pushing it slightly towards me here. Okay. Taking a tiny bit of titanium white because I'm running out of the color here. having it ready. I check exactly in the site where I recently painted just to be sure that it doesn't, when you mix for a new set of oil paint, you need to check. That's why it's really good to have colors mixed up and ready once and for all. But at times, I do it like this in parts, meaning I will have to check again and again. There is a downside to it. Okay, I guess this is the right color, so I'm going to use my 000 micro brush or anything that could help me go around the contours again here, going around her ear, the beautiful jewelry that we just placed. We don't want to spoil that. Going around it, her shoulder, we come to the coconut, the leaves in the kalash. Going around the kalash or the vessel, arm, right there. We come closer to the sword. Let's be cautious here because it's got a black, and when it blends with this blue, then we'll have another color range to play with. We don't want that now. Okay, I have the contour filled and I think I can go inside with another brush, the earlier one. Go inside with it. Cleaned up this space nicely, safely. Okay, the other side of the sword. Let's go for it. That's exactly where I was worrying about the sword's sharpness. Yeah, we get to that, but we don't want it to go too far. Okay, so that was okay, but I want to go around it, and now I don't want the black to come with me. Yes, it's all fine now. Adding a bit of blue, and here we go. We are closer to the sword, but coming around the contours of the sword, successfully coming down that angle. Let's do this intricate section where the hand is. Lotus flowers, contours. Really, the level of detail we look into and work on is just amazing, isn't it? It feels like we kind of know every millimeter of this canvas. By the end of our layer 5, we would be, if not now. So smoothly I'm just finishing through the remaining sections. So wherever I have drawn the contours, I'm also blending them in nicely. If I have not mentioned it, I'm mentioning it. You can see it, that those lines are really disappearing. And maybe not clearly enough here because the color that I used here is an adjacent color to the color that we had earlier in the canvas. But essentially that's what has been going on now. So the kind of the circle is adjusted, but I can see that the extra space that's caused in the white here, we need to just fix that somehow. And also remove the unwanted section of the tiara, which means we'll have to work on this color again. That's going to be a bit of a challenge recreating this. Let's try, but okay, what was that? Let me try with the ultramarine blue, mixing it with this one and seeing where that goes. So it is ultramarine blue mixed with this blue to get to this. Yes, I think I have kind of figured out the color that I used previously. Yeah, it looks like it. It is it. It's got a tiny bit of titanium white added to lighten up. I think I've got it. Lucky me. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do this and finish off the circle nicely first. Then we can see if there is any error in the circle as such. That is cool. This section of the circle is done, but it looks like there is an adjustment to be done to the circle as such. Somehow something doesn't fit in right. I cannot tell. Let me see. With circles, I taught you how to do circles, going around and making that circular shape and getting it there. Okay, now that I have done the circle, I want to see where is the lag. Something. I think I have kind of figured out the lag. It's just that the circle isn't so perfect in some ways. So I'm going to blend this color in here ever so lightly to kind of adjust things around. In this space, and in that way we manage the error as well, and also let it transition between the colors. Looks like it works well, it sits well. Yeah, it sits well, yes. And I will use a little more of this color to blend in the other sections where the color has to be, yeah. Some places to have it just finished off nicely. And then we have actually hidden the older tiara. Yes. So with this, we are completing layer 4. I mean, at this point, I also do one more thing, which is my signature. And I have a couple of layers to my signatures. And which is, the first layer is my thumb impression, left hand thumb impression, and the next layer is, yeah, basically the my name, yeah. So I do the left hand thumb impression now. So I'm gonna take a bit of primary blue and dip my left thumb into it, which I'm gonna do right away. Yes. So I'm just gonna show you how that is done. And this is just my style of signing off. So I have left thumb completely drenched in right here, yeah. And then I take that left corner, bottom corner, where my first name's first letter G will go, and I will use that space to make the thumb impression. And there you go, we are done with Santhana Lakshmi layer 4. Let's take a look at her from a slight distance to see how things are. It is a lighter tone versus a lighter tone for her tiara. We will work on that. There is one thing I could see spot on, is that when we have the tiara like this, then we have to show a bit of her hair also. I'm going to use yellow ochre right away to do a filling in there. Yeah, I can see that there is an obvious section that we could work on. Yeah, slight bit of yellow ochre, and then we can fill in this section very lightly. We'll work on the details when we come to it, because that's a part of her hair. Taking some burnt umber to adjust it. So that's her hair, and you see some of her hair there, yeah. So I have done that adjustment also. So now that she's ready, let's let her rest for a while and let the colors sit in, sink in, and then we will take a look at it in the next layer where we will work on some more detailing nuances, and then we will come to closing this picture. Yes, until such time, yeah, you have to stay healthy, stay motivated, so stay blessed, Stay healthy, stay motivated, and let's meet up in the next session. Bye bye.